Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I am sculpting the Mandalorian armor from season 2 and I'm showing you the process of making it, which took me a lot of effort to do, so let's just get straight into it. I started up with a flat piece of Procreate which I sanded down really thin so I could use it as base for the torso, and then I adjusted it by cutting all the edges off so it would fit on the torso. So now I could glue the piece on the torso and sculpt another layer on top of it. I used to work in these layers so I could sculpt the part and then let it dry and then sculpt another element on top of it without worrying the other getting destroyed. After making sure that the piece was as symmetrical as possible, I could move on to the middle piece in his chest. As you guys can see, I sculpted that as well. Finally, I could move on to the upper chest plates, which were actually like the trickiest parts of the torso because they're like the main part and just had to be perfectly symmetrical, because else it would have had looked a bit weird if they wouldn't. So I just spent a lot of time there and I made it in 2 parts, not all in one, and sanded them also at the end just a bit. I finished the torso and I actually was really happy with the result, so I could now move on. For the next part, I started carving out the leg piece so I wouldn't have any issues with the Procreate coming in between it. As before, I'm using the same technique with the thin pieces of Procreate. And then I worked myself up from layer to layer by adding pieces and getting from the bigger parts to the smaller and always getting more detailed. As you guys can see, there are some really tedious parts like those bars I'm attaching right now, and those also took a lot of time. I finished the legs, but there was still one important part to cover: the arms. I began by sculpting a layer in the shape of his shoulder pads. Then I could sculpt other parts on top of it. It took me many tries to get those tiny little Procreate pieces on the right place and get them in the right shape, as you see, as tiny as they are. Now it was time to work on the mudhorn signet. It was pretty hard to fit this piece in the small area, but with a needle it worked out pretty well. For last, I worked some more on his arms and spent some time on the final details. After attaching the back piece with the magnetic jetpack from Terminus as well as his helmet, I finished the whole armor. Thanks for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I would really appreciate it if you would like the video and might comment something. If you want to see more, also check out my Instagram. The link will be down in the description, and there will be a part 2 where I will paint the Mandalorian, but this part will also take me a long time to do, so there will be a video in between it. So I'll be really excited for that as well. But for else, that was everything for this video. So I hope that you're excited for part 2 as well, and see you soon back on the channel.